Check, check, check. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I am Josh. I am the dreaded conservative. Today we're going to be talking about Salt Lake City, Utah, where I live, and potential changes to RMF 30 zoning. So we're going to take a look at this little brochure that I got in the mail. Don't want you to see my address on there. But and then we'll check out the website. We'll look into it. We'll read up on it, and we'll see what this is all about. I have a basic knee-jerk reaction to it because potentially what it is less single-family homes and more dorm-style high-rise living. And you know they're putting the gloss on it like this is going to give us more affordable housing. People are leaving the city because of lack of affordable housing, and this is a problem for the city. So, we'll talk about all that. I'm gonna wait a moment here, see if anybody jumps in the chat. Let's drop a few links real quick for some people. Just give me one moment, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see what's up. All right. My homie's probably asleep right now, but we'll check. We'll check and see if he wants to jump in the chat. And it's nighttime. We might be sipping a little brew here in a second. Where is where is it? He's probably sleeping, but let's crack this open, guys, and then we will get into the subject matter at hand. Ooh, it's shaking. Got shaken up. A little Miller High Life action. All right. Let us see. Let me just get everything going, guys. We could use this. Have English on our government pamphlets, right? All right. So, Salt Lake wants to hear from you on a few housing-related topics the city is working on. The city is working on ways to increase different types of housing in our communities. Nice. Sounds good. Sounds good, right? But is it? Is it really? Let's find out. So, this is the pamphlet they gave me. Here's what we open up with. Shared housing is a dorm-style apartment where tenants have a private living space but share a kitchen or bathroom with other tenants. Currently, shared housing is only allowed in a few areas of SLC, usually near transit. The city is considering expanding where shared housing is allowed, which may include more neighborhoods. This proposal is currently up for council discussion. Learn more at tinyurl.com/shared housing proposal. I'm going to put all these, drop all these links in the chat. Can I do that? I don't know if I can chat on here. You know what I can do? I can pull it up on my phone and drop you guys the links. And let's just flood them with... We don't have a lot of time. I've been meaning to talk about this for a while. I've been dilly-dallying with getting the show started. But tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow at 5:30, there's an in-person meeting at the city council building, which I would like to attend. But I'm probably going to be at work, so that might not happen. But it would be cool to go there. I think that I can write them a nice little note. So we might do that. Probably do that in the stream. But so here it is, changes to RMF 30 zoning. The council is considering changes to the city's RMF 30 zoning district. This zoning district generally allows single-family homes to small apartment buildings. Proposed changes could make it easier to develop multi-family housing, three or more. What's this say? Proposed changes could make it easier to develop multi-family housing, dash, three or more living units, dash, in these areas. This proposal is currently up for city council discussion. So if they're only trying to put up 3 buildings, that's not so horrible, but really it is, because it's all, that's just the first step, and they've already taken steps in the wrong direction. Our mayor, her name is Mayor Erin Mendenhall, and she is a commie. She is a straight up Marxist commie. Everything she posts on Facebook is straight up Marxism 101. It's all out of Marx and Engels. It's all out of the Communist Manifesto. It's all about equity and diversity and inclusion, and all these words sound really nice. Like, they'll teach you in college, if you're college educated, they're going to teach you that Marxism in theory is beautiful. It's very nice. It's very utopian, and this is just not the case. We've seen it in practice, and it's never been done right. And now we got all these women mayors who they're all far left Democrat Marxist. They've been educated through our college education system that's just made them all Marxist. I don't, was the number 16 or 60? I don't want to throw out numbers, but a very high percent of college professors are openly Marxist, and they're teaching Marxism. They're making you read the Communist Manifesto. These kids come out of college thinking they're smart because they read the Communist Manifesto. It's like 50 pages. I have it on my cell phone. It's 50 pages on a cell phone. It's not a big read. It's not that complex. It's not, and they all think, oh, and the idea of it is beautiful. No, the idea of it is wicked. The idea of it is atheist, anti-God, satanic. It doesn't take a village to raise a child. We are not a community. We are individuals, and if you don't work, you don't eat. So that's basically what it comes down to. But our mayor, Erin Mendenhall, she's straight up Marxist, and so I know what this is. And that the complaint is our homeless population is rising. It's going crazy. We got all kinds of homeless people everywhere, and the houses are so expensive. People are moving out of the city. Why is that? Maybe it's because of our mayor's social policies. Maybe all the programs that we keep doing is actually drawing homeless people in. It's almost like they make money off of having a larger homeless population. Who would have thunk? Who would have thought that that could be a thing? Oh, I know who thought of that. Anybody who pays any attention whatsoever knows these Democrat cities, they want more homeless people there because then they get more government funding. They can take more money from the taxpayers because they can say, oh, we got to help the homeless people. And I'm allowed to say all this because I was homeless. So bite me, basically. But we're gonna get more deep into it. Let me drop a few more. Thingamajigs. All right, guys. Sorry for the mic silence. I'm typing. I've got to drop these links. All right. Maybe we've already got into it a little bit, but maybe start time will be like 10. Give people 20 minutes to jump up in here in this piece. I wish I could get a link. Why can't I get a why can't I get a link? Let's check out Facebook here. Can I go to YouTube? My channel. Oh, Sav Says is live now. Copy link. Copy link address. Yeah, let's do that. Check. All right. Let's go to Facebook. Drop a message real quick. We could talk about other things too, but this is what I really want to talk about because tomorrow is the day. All right. Focus is the potential changes to F30 zoning in All right. Now, unfortunately, a lot of people that would be watching my show are in Florida, so yeah, changes to RMF 30 zoning. That's what we're looking at, and all I smell is communism, basically. And a lot of us conspiracy type people, the people that everybody calls the crazy conspiracy theorists, or just the people who are always right, basically. We talk a lot about how they want us all living in pods with VR helmets on, eating the bug bars. You'll hear this talking point a lot amongst us conspiracy theorists, and it's really, it's not a conspiracy theory. It's so true. The rich elites, the globalists, these Marxists, these Democrats, they want the land for them. They want the cattle and the livestock and the farming. They want that for them. They don't want the little peasants to be eating that. And you'll say, Marxism and communism is made to bring up the people. No, it's not. Marxism is the eternal conflict between the oppressor and the oppressed. So if a Marxist is a Marxist, they don't want to be the oppressed. They want to be the oppressor. They don't see themselves that way. What they see themselves as the one who has to save the oppressed from the mean oppressors, when really they are the oppressors. And the power goes to their head inevitably. It always turns out that way. They end up basically killing everybody. They take control of the farming. They take control of the land. They take control of the housing. And this new RMF 30 zoning thing, basically what it says to me is we're going to rezone everything to eliminate single-family housing, which is exactly what the conspiracy nuts have been saying this whole time. They want to get us out of single-family housing. They want to have us living like ants or like sardines, packed into these little little things, 10 of us living in one apartment. Well, sure enough, that's what they're proposing. Dorm style living. Dorm style living. I'm not in college. I'm 34 years old. I'm not in college. I don't want to live in a dorm. If I wanted to do dorm style living, I would have went to college. I didn't go to college. Not because I didn't want to live in a dorm, but for other reasons. But basically, what happens when they rezone and they say we're going to have less single family homes in this area. We're going to have more sky rises, small sky rises to start, It'll be small sky rises. We'll have 5 people living in an apartment. You'd be paying $600 a month for a bedroom and then a bathroom and a kitchen that you share with 6 to 8 people. That's a deal. That's a steal. And it's so funny that this comes up. Well, this actually came to me before the whole Roe v. Wade thing popped up in the news and became the new outrage mob's position. But it is interesting that they kind of tie together. Like, we're encouraging abortion. We're fighting for abortion. We want less families. We want smaller families. So eliminate single family housing, right? Have everybody packed in, and we can have co-ed dorms where we got the males and the females and the non-binaries and the transgenders, and shout out to all my LGBT low IQ people. You guys are my friends, but we can just have them all living in a little house together, and they could just be having, oh Lord, man, they could just be going at it, giant massive orgies every night. And when the women who still have uteruses that aren't blown out by GMOs and all that stuff, by the time they're 30, they can just go get abortions. We'll make sure we have a federally funded abortion clinic in every urban area. We'll put it right next to the dorm style living. So even though these people aren't in college, they can act like college kids. And yeah, great. It sounds great. But, I could be wrong. Let's look more into it. What do we got here? So I pulled up the website. I checked it out. What do we got? So Salt Lake City Planning. For contact information, please visit our contact page. Affordable housing incentives, and they got to make sure they put the house with the rainbow and transgender flag there. So just like I was talking about. Oh boy. So, hey, is my mic hot? I need somebody in chat to let me know what's up with the audio. Can the music go up a bit, down a bit? What's up, guys? Let me know. All right, so the city's planning division is considering zoning amendments to encourage the construction of additional affordable housing. The amendments would provide incentives to developers who include affordable homes in their projects. The incentives will encourage the production of affordable homes rather than require it. So they get incentives if they build cheap houses, which, I'm okay with cheaper housing. But El Haxo, hey man, it's Brandon. We were in the clinic together. Sounds good. Brandon from the clinic. Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. What is good? I think I remember you. I think I remember you. I can't quite put a finger on it, but I think I remember you. But hey, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping in. So yeah, sounds good. Affordable housing sounds good. Rather than require it, this could be done through zoning code modifications, such as allowing additional height, reduced parking requirements, or through process waivers. Process waivers sounds good, but additional height, reduced parking requirements. So what they're saying there is all the single-family houses are going to get bought out by BlackRock and Vanguard. They're going to come in. They're going to pay way above market value to these single families. But the single families, even though they're taking in more profit off of their house, they're not going to be able to find another house any better because BlackRock and Vanguard are buying up all those. So they're not going to be able to get a house, and or they're going to have to settle for something smaller. And what they're going to do is they're going to level those houses, and they're going to make little sky rises, and they're going to pack us in like sardines. That's what's going to happen. And there's more. There's more that I'll get to shortly, having to do with the homeless issue and with their whole affordable housing thing. It's not going to be affordable, because I'll tell you why in just a moment. But rather than imposing restrictions, the incentives aim to present developers with more choices by offering additional benefits to projects. God, I can't read right now. That increase the supply of homes that more people can afford. Ideally, the incentives would reduce development costs to allow construction of more affordable homes. That's great in earthquake-ridden areas. No, but what this actually means is, Lord Colin B, what up, man? Hello, brother. How you doing, man? But yeah, so reduce development costs to allow construction of more affordable homes. So what they're saying is basically lower quality housing, more people in smaller areas. And yes, your rent will be less. Your rent will be less. You won't have to pay $1,200 for a 2-bedroom apartment anymore. What you're going to do is you're going to pay $600 for 1 bedroom that you share with 6 to 8 people. You share a kitchen, you share a bathroom. You know, maybe they'll put in locker room style bathrooms, so all the different LGBT mob can just take showers together and have their orgies, and then go to the abortion clinic, which will be built right next door. This is what's happening. This is what's really happening with our Marxist mayor. Yes, Aaron Mendenhall is a communist. The Planning Commission will hold a public hearing on Wednesday, May 11th. That's tomorrow at 5:30. Comments provided on the forum below will be forwarded to Planning Commission. We will definitely be leaving a comment here. I would like to go in person tomorrow, but I think I'm working out in Provo tomorrow, and we usually get done around 5. But I won't be back in time to get cleaned up and make it to the city county building by 5:30 tomorrow. Highly unlikely. But we can drop them a comment here. If it was on Zoom, I might download Zoom just to attend this. Property taxes are crippling up in northwest Montana. Yeah, so Lord Colin B, you got here a little late. What this is about is they are I live in Salt Lake City, right by the city, like in the city, and our mayor is a communist. Her name's Erin Mendenhall, and she is proposing changes to RMF 30 zoning, basically to reduce the number of single-family housing and encourage more affordable housing. But the way the zoning is set up is they want to bring in more dorm-style high-rise living. So what we know, bathroom signs, yo, at KFC here in Salt Lake City, they used to have a male and a female bathroom. Now they just have 2 gender neutral bathrooms. And I heard the employee, this was so funny. I walked into I didn't know which one was which, but I remember one used to be the girls and one used to be the guys. And so now that there's no signs there, I was like, well, let me go in the girls' bathroom. That'd be funny. And I went in, and it was a mess. And as I was coming out, one of the employees was going in, and she saw the mess in there. She's like, I'm so sick of this. The women's bathroom used to be so clean. Because now there's no women's bathroom. So it's just, they're both a mess. But I don't even agree with that, because I've worked in fast food and I've cleaned both. And the women's bathroom is usually not. It's a different kind of dirty. It's a different kind of dirty in the women's bathroom. if you catch my drift. But anyway, so back to what we're saying. Yeah, this is the thing. This is the thing us conspiracy guys are always talking about, how they're trying to eliminate single family houses. They're trying to destroy the family. They're trying to bring in communism so we can be just like China, and we can have everybody in these tall skyrise buildings, and everybody's got a little 5x5 space, and you'll have your little VR headset. They'll give you free internet. They'll give you free college education. They'll educate you longer and teach you less. You can go to K2 through your master's degree, but the college is going to be free. So the educators in the colleges are going to be paid less. So they're going to be bums, and you're going to be going to school for free. So a guy like me could just become a brain surgeon. All I got to do is go to free college for a couple years. And yeah, my teacher's going to be dumb. And now these are the people who are going to be operating on you. And then the medical's going to be free. So the doctors are going to get paid less. So you get free college to become a brain surgeon, but you're taught by worse teachers, and dumber people are now becoming brain surgeons, but they're getting paid less because there's not as much incentive to become a brain surgeon. So anybody can do it. Now your open heart surgery is getting done by me. Hi, my name is Josh. Today I'm going to be operating on you. Strap up the gloves, baby. We're going in. And this is the modern world. This is what we're I just picked my nose on camera, guys. I'm just kidding. I kind of itched it. I did a little flick. But anyway, this is my first time doing this. I'm kind of vibing right now. How's the music's low, huh? Can you all hear the music? How's the music? I just want a little vibe, just a little chill vibe. Well, let's get back to this. So let's dig into this a little deeper. The Planning Commission meeting information. If you guys want to, you can bomb these. You can bomb these people with nonsense comments and stuff, because apparently if they're less than 2 minutes, they will read them. The Planning Commission has returned to in-person meetings. Oh, thank you, Massa. We don't have to wear the mask, and we can actually talk to people in person again. Thank you. I don't know what I would have done without the permission of the city council. You know? The commission meets the second and fourth Wednesday of every month in room 326 of the Salt Lake City and County building. Meetings begin at 5:30 and are open to the public. However, the commission may receive training at earlier times as indicated on the agenda. What the heck does that even mean? However, the commission may receive training at earlier times as indicated on the agenda. What are they training for? They're training to deal with people like me. That's what's happening. Oh, yeah. By the way, happy birthday. Remember that time we saw that movie, Identity, and every character in the movie was the same character, and the day in the movie was May 10th, and every character in the movie's birthday was May 10th, and we were seeing it on your birthday, which was May 10th. Dun dun dun. So that was intense, like camping. If you're unable to attend the hearing and would like to submit comments for the commission's consideration, please submit those comments to the staff contact for applicable project. You can find the staff contact on the Planning Commission agenda. So I just subscribed to this. So this is SLC live meetings. They only have 819 subscribers. That's pretty whack. Like, y'all know what's good. I got... Hold up. Yo, why are you texting me when you're in the chat, bruh? Shang-Chi. That's a good movie, actually. I saw it with my mom when I was down in Florida. Say it loud live. I should have watched that. Oh, what? You just watched Shang-Chi? Shang-Chi? It's a good movie. It's good. It was decent, you know. It's Marvel, so it's basically rinse and repeat every single movie. It's kind of getting old, to be honest. The whole Marvel universe is kind of getting old. But I still am going to see Doctor Strange. I didn't see The Eternals. That movie flopped. I heard it sucked. I heard it was real woke. And, you know, we ain't with that mess around here. So. But yeah, we We found the SLC live meetings page. I subscribe just so I get notifications, so I can check in on this stuff. But you guys don't go subscribe because I don't want them to have more subscribers than 1,000. I don't even want them to get to 1,000. You think they would monetize if they hit a K? If they hit 1,000 subscribers? Why do you keep saying bathroom signs, bro? But yeah, limited formal meeting. What we got? What we got here? Hold on, hold on, hold on. What is this? What is this? All right, so we need to learn. We need to get to know these people because these are the people. These are the people who are destroying single-family housing. Dude, the mayor,
Council chair.
when the
Thank you. That's all I need.
make the developers pay for the road construction. Really, that's the only purpose of government. Should be taking care of the roads and defending us, the military. So, military and infrastructure. The problem with infrastructure has now become just a word they use to include everything. So the most recent infrastructure bill, it was like some trillions of
All right,
dollars.
good
It was the
afternoon
one.
or good evening now, Salt Lake City. We have now transitioned from the work session into a.
It was like a 1,500-page bill, and I think it was Pelosi who said you can't read the bill until you vote on the bill, and that kind of became like a meme. People use that regularly because that's usually the case. These are huge infrastructure bills that these people are voting on, trillions of dollars. And the most recent one that passed, it mentioned medical marijuana some hundreds of times, more than anything else. It mentioned medical marijuana. So what they do is they use the word infrastructure to basically slip everything they want into there, and it doesn't actually do anything to help the people. They're not actually fixing roads. And as far as the military, I don't even care about the military anymore. Our military is lame. They just changed the physical requirements again, so that you don't even have to run. You don't even have to run 5 miles with a 60-pound pack. You just have to like walk. You have to walk 5 miles with. I don't even know if you have to wear the pack anymore because the women couldn't do it. Yo, can we get that video pulled up? Hold on, hold on, hold on. This is funny. This is funny. Yo, let me get that video action going. Let me get that. Where's that lady trying to shoot the artillery? Woman fails to shoot artillery. Best fails compilation. 4 minutes. Nah, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Is it this one? Nah, I don't know where it is. It's so funny. She tries to. So they're doing a big. I don't know what country it's in, but they're doing a big demonstration or whatever, and she's got to pull the cord at the timing to blast the artillery cannon, and she she can't pull it. She's yanking it, and it's not coming out. And then the guy walks over and goes, "Boom!" And then there's another one of a of a female firefighter, and they're doing the test, the physical test for firefighters, and basically they got to bust through a door. You got to kick in a door, and so the one big guy comes up, boom, kicks in the door first try. Second guy comes up, boom, slams it with his shoulder first try. He's through. Then this woman walks up, and she's like, she can't get through it. Oh, it's so funny. Anyway, what did that have to do with anything? What were we talking about? Why did I get on that? I don't know. Maybe we'll relate that to our communist female Democrat mayor. Let's find her. Where's she at? Where that girl at? Where Aaron Mendenthal? She cute. She cute. You know, she cute. I think it's this one in the orange. Maybe I can't really tell. What y'all talking about?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm not screen sharing. Sorry.
Yes. Alderman Morris?
Yes.
Petro?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. That motion passes unanimously. Let me move this.
I think it's her in the
Mr. Chair,
orange.
I
I
move.
can't tell though.
Second. Call
Maybe
time
she's not in this.
limit on.
I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, the planning commission. Let's read the summary. It's PDF. Do I have to download the whole PDF? Okay. City's planning project objective. The proposed amendments would incentivize the construction of affordable housing through modifications to the zoning requirements. Over time, and particularly, yeah, where'd that music come from now? Yo, y'all got some creepy music playing in there. All right. Over time, and particularly in recent years, housing in Salt Lake City has become less affordable. Maybe that's because you have all these freaking social programs that don't work because you're trying to stop homelessness, but all it does is make it worse because all the homeless people come here because they know they're going to get free stuff. And also, this affordable housing thing, this dorm style living, I guarantee you, because I do this. This is what I do. We flip apartments. We work for a management company that basically when people move out of their apartment, we go in and we get the apartment ready for the next person to come in. And a lot of these apartments are apartments that are rented out by the road home to homeless people who get housing. So they Avatar trailer for the second one. Oh, we might have to scope that out, bro. We might have to scope that out for real. But so what they do is, and the turnover rate for these, and I again, I can talk about this stuff because I've been there, so I know what I'm talking about. Um, the turnover rate for the homeless people that they get into these houses, they get them into nicer apartments than I have. We got a really sweet deal here. We pay low rent for a nice apartment, but it's an old apartment. Everything's old. Right now we have no stove because our stove just totally pooped out. So we currently have no stove. Our washer machine, which what doesn't necessarily have to come with the apartment, but we have the hookups, and there was a washing machine here, so we left it. But it sucks. But there's a public dryer, but none of the public dryers in our units work. So it's an old complex. That's why we pay low rent. And these, I know homeless people and I know them. I know them. I hang out with these people. I go to their apartments. I've been to their apartments. They get nice, brand new, freshly built, these huge buildings. They'll build these huge buildings with these nice new apartments, and half of them go to homeless people. And the turnover rate is like 90%. Like 90% of those homeless people within 6 months are out of there. Because what happens? Well, they got something without working for it. They got something without paying for it. They got something handed to them for doing nothing. So they don't care about it. You don't, if you have to work for something and you have to earn something, you have to work hard for it, you take care of it. You treat it right. If you buy a new car, the first scratch is a big deal. You don't want to get a scratch on your new car. You don't want to mess up your new floors in your house that you just moved into. You really care about it. You take care of it. You keep it clean. You keep it nice. You keep up to date on your bills because you don't want to lose it because you had to work hard for it, right? Well, these people, and when I say these people, I don't mean all homeless people. There are good homeless people, or not good. No man is good. There's no good people. There's nobody's good, but there are decent homeless people who got there. I won't say of no fault of their own, because usually it is due to a bad decision, bad choice that they made. They wind up homeless, but a lot of them don't care to get out of it, or they're not really working hard to get out of it. And so they get these free houses, these nice apartments. They move in within 6 months. They let all their homeless friends come live there with them. They bring 8 different dogs in, and they're smoking meth in the apartment, and they're shooting up, and they're doing drugs. They got traffic in and out. They're dealing out of their apartment a lot of the times, and they get kicked out. So when they get evicted, what do? They throw an eviction party. They destroy the apartment. They bust holes in the wall. They rip out sinks. They trash it completely, and then they're gone. And then I come in and do my job. That's when me and my roommate go in there, and we've got to scrub the meth off of the walls. Literally, I had to spend 2 days last week using degreaser to scrub meth residue off of walls and scrub heroin splatter from people's needles. And the guy who owned that apartment went to jail. On the plus side, a lot of times if they go to jail and they leave all their stuff in there, they have 30 days to get it out. And if they don't, guess who gets it? Yeah, boy. But anyway, so this affordable housing thing, so this rezoning, this affordable housing thing, I promise you, a large percentage, and I'd like to see if it's in here somewhere, what percentage of this is going to go to moving in homeless people, basically, because they, and, and again, like I'm not saying that I am saying that I don't think homeless people should be housed by the government. Nope, nope. I'll stick to that. I'm not gonna bend my knee to that. I never got any sort of government assistance to be housed. The only sort of government assistance I got was my methadone was free because I was homeless, and that saved my life. So, um, I understand if you got to use the system a little bit to get on your feet, but most people who are using the system are using it as a crutch. They get a taste of it. They get the food stamps, right? They get a taste of it, and then next thing, oh, I'm gonna get some free medical. Then the next thing, oh, I'm gonna get free housing, and then well, now you can't go to work because if you make more than this amount of money, you don't get any of those benefits. Well, they don't want to lose their benefits, so they're not going to go to work. So they're going to stay forever in the system. And this is what the system wants. This is what these Democrats and these Marxists want. They want everybody dependent on them. They they don't want you to be your own person. They don't want you to become successful. They want to destroy the middle class and turn the middle class into the lower class, and then they can stay the elites, and then they own everything. So when they have us all in these dorm-style living pods with our VR helmets on and we're eating the bug bars, they can own the farmland, and they can eat all the steak, and they can drink all the wine, and they can laugh and be merry at us who have nothing and we're supposed to be happy about it. Basically, that's what we're getting into here. And it's just wickedness all around. And it ties in, with the whole Roe v. Wade thing, the whole abortion thing. Sure enough, abortion's on the table. Now we have restrictions to buying formula. We have rezoning in Democrat cities for less single family housing. And it's all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan. Other proposed and upcoming zoning changes would further enable the construction of more housing. However, there are issues and concerns that zoning cannot address, including job wages, home prices, and outside of these proposed amendments, the types of units constructed and the rents charged. So, their solution to reducing the home prices is just eliminate the houses. We'll let BlackRock and Vanguard come in and buy the houses, and then BlackRock and Vanguard can turn them into dorm-style small high-rise living, so we can pack all the people into there. We can fix our homeless problem because we can put all the homeless people into these little anchovy boxes. And as far as including job wages, so what this is they'll use this to lead into let's increase the minimum wage. Screen share it. You can't see? Are you talking about the Avatar trailer? Hold on, bro. I'm on my soapbox. I'll get to Avatar. I'll get to the Avatar. But right now, we got more important issues to deal with. Project background. In the past few years, and with increased frequency in city plan studies and news articles have highlighted affordability concerns in Salt Lake City and across the Wasatch Front. Ooh. So they're talking about spreading it because my homie I was talking to was like, I'm glad I don't have to worry about that because I don't live in Salt Lake City. But this gives a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Foreshadowing. This gives a little bit of foreshadowing across the Wasatch Front, as if they're potentially gonna make this more widespread. The median sale price in 2015 for all home types in Salt Lake City was $259,000. Since then, it has increased 86% to $481,000 in September of 2021. Rental rates in the Salt Lake, MSA, Salt Lake, Tooele counties have had less increase, up 48%. Yeah, and what happened? I mean, Salt Lake City was ran by Republicans until fairly recently, if I'm correct. Not 100% sure on that. Um, so, yeah, I mean, what it is Utah is a very red state. It's a very Mormon state. But the most of Utah is just desert land. It's just desert land, farms, a lot of flyover state in the desert where these are like, you know, these are old school farmers and stuff, and they don't want to be bothered by the government. But when you have a state like that, whatever the biggest city is, that's where all the counterculture, that's where all the people who reject that lifestyle, they reject, the Mormon lifestyle would be uh, the case here in Utah. They reject their parents' lifestyle. They run away to the city, and so all the degenerates basically live in the city. how much rent? How much is rent? Single bedroom apartment. So I didn't have a single bedroom before that. So currently my rent in my 2 bedroom apartment is $850, but that's crazy low. That's crazy low. Nobody else I know pays that low for a 2 bedroom, 1 bath. You usually 2 bedroom, 1 bath in the city where we're at. You're looking at like 12 to 1600. 1 bedroom apartment in the city, you're looking at a grand 1200, I think. So it's not crazy. It's not California crazy or nothing, but it is high. It was funny in my the last apartment that I lived in with my ex. Hold on 1 second. YouTube is pissing me off. It's crazy late. You're coming this weekend? Yeah, it's delayed. The chat's delayed. But where was I saying? Talking about the apartment rent. Oh, so the last apartment I lived in with my ex-wife, we it was it was called Lionsgate and something else Gate. It was I can't remember. Lionsgate and it was like Eagles Gate and Lionsgate, right? And they were it was two complexes, but they were all the same. The same color scheme, their same apartments, the same builder, the same management company, all that. But Eagles Gate was for low income and Lionsgate was for high income. Now, the floor plans were the exact same in both. The only difference between Lionsgate and Eagles Gate was granite countertops, right? The the nice ones, the Lionsgate had granite countertops, the Eagles Gate had Formica. So that's the only difference. Same size, same number of rooms, same floor plans. The difference in price, since we're in the low income one, our rent was $890. The same exact apartment in Lionsgate was like 1,500. Same exact apartment. The only difference was granite countertops. And these were nice apartments. They were brand new. It was pretty cool. For the first year, we didn't have to pay utilities because construction was being done. So I guess for having to put up with all the sound from the construction and all that, we got to go off of the construction utilities. So we didn't have to pay utilities. That was pretty cool. But the problem was to get into those apartments, and since I had felonies, I couldn't be on the lease. So my wife was the only one on the lease, and that's how we were approved to get a low income apartment. Is it was based only on her income. If we had included my income, we would have made too much off of Burger King. We were both working at Burger King, and 2 Burger King incomes was too much to get low income housing. So you see the setup there. They don't want you to do better for yourself because then you lose the benefits. It's all a scam. Utah, blah, 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 where we at? From 1,089 September to 1,500 have had rental rates have had less of an increase, up 48% from 1K to 15K. The greatest year over year increase is the past year at 17%. Good job, Mayor. Good job, Mayor. And your homeless population is exploding. And they tore down the shelter, which housed 1,400 people, and they built two more shelters, one that housed 200 people and one that housed 300 people. Now, I'm not a rocket scientist, guys. I'm not a brain surgeon. I'm not a genius, but let's do a little quick math here. So let's do this math. I got a pen. I got a paper. Let's try this out, guys. Let's see if I can figure this out real quick. So we have 1,400 beds. When we subtract 300 plus 200, which is 500. We're going to subtract 500 beds from 1,400 beds. And we are left, well, let's carry the 0. We do the 1, and we carry that. And 900 less beds. 900 less beds. Wow. That really was some tough math there for me to figure out, guys. And apparently our mayor, actually that wasn't our mayor. I think that was had to do with another guy who was a Republican who I actually voted for until I found out that he had a lot to do with the Operation Rio Grande crap. But also the mayor had to do with it too. It had a lot to do with Gateway gentrifying the area. The Gateway Mall was right next to the homeless shelter, and they wanted to make the Gateway Mall nice again, make that area nice again, so that all the loft housing in that area could raise in value, and people would move in there because people were moving to these expensive ass lofts near the Gateway Mall in downtown. Really, it would be a really nice area, except there was a giant homeless shelter there, and so these people are paying $2,200 for a 2-bedroom apartment loft, and they got the Hondas and the Pisces pitching rocks and black on the corner outside their door. People taking dumps. It was awesome. But all right, hold on. We got a request. I don't know, man. I can't really do the Avatar trailer because I mean, I guess, is it Avatar 2 trailer? I guess we can check that out, take a little break here. But we're going to have to make sure we got fair use going and all that. I got to talk over it. Whoa! I don't want no ads in this piece. There we go. I got to make sure I do some... we got to make sure we talk about it. Light storm. Oh, we got running monsters. Oh, they running. Aww. Let's cut the music off because the audio is definitely going to be copyrighted. Sorry, no sound for you guys. No sound. She bad. We got dragonfly bird creature things. Nice. Hey, look at homie in a toga. Hold on, I got to hear some music. Oh, look at the graphics. Look at the graphics. Is this James Cameron action in this piece? Yo, she blowing into a horn. This December. Robot Man. Yo, they got the chopper. Get in the chopper. Get down. That's a V-28 Osprey. That's actually not a futuristic military machine. Those are currently active working units. Just so you know, guys. Oh, look at them dreadlocks. Yo. Hey. What's up, chat? What's up, chat? We're watching some Avatar clip action. Yo, she got a big old coin on her forehead. She got a big old forehead like Squidward. I don't know. It looks kind of funky. It doesn't look like... They don't look how I remember them. They look different. You know, he riding on a whale. Look at that. Boy, upside down in this piece. All right. I don't know what this has to do with rezoning and
Is our fortress.
Nice. All right, good recommendation. Good recommendation, Chris. Thank you. We really, I don't know what our life would be if we hadn't watched that just now. But anyway, back to this. So, the proposed zoning amendments would incentivize construction of designated affordable units, lessening the burden of those who would qualify and live in these units. Residential units that wanted to use the incentives would be required to place a deed restriction or covenant on the property. Huh. For the units to be made available for qualifying household. So basically what that means is a deed restriction or covenant on the property. Residential units that wanted to use the incentives would be required to place a deed restriction or covenant on the property for the units to be made available to qualifying households. I think what that means is if you want to get the benefits, you got to let the homeless people come in. I think that's what that means. And I think this is all a ploy for our mayor to try to act like she's fixing the homeless problem. Because every time she makes a post on Facebook, even the liberals, even the pixiekin, even the people who don't know what gender they are, they flock to her page and they hate her as much. I don't hate her. I don't hate anybody, but they disagree with her and go after. They do hate her because they're satanic and all that. But the fairy people come after our mayor just as hard as I do, but they only get mad at her about the homeless problem. That's all they come after her about. Everything else she can do no wrong. And when the Roe v. Wade leak happened, our mayor put out a thing on Facebook. Let's see if I can find it actually. Mayor. Oh, wait, there it is. Check this out. This is ridiculous. Salt Lake City Mayor Aaron Enthal. Check this out. This is ridiculous. This is the day the Roe v. Wade leak happened. This is disgusting of a mayor to do this. So I'm deeply saddened by the news. Listen to the words she uses first off, and then we'll talk about why this is a problem. I'm deeply saddened by the news from the Supreme Court. There is no freedom without the freedom of choice for our own bodies. The apparent draft decision of the Supreme Court would have devastating consequences nationwide, particularly for women of color and low. I don't even remember that being in it. Oh boy. Oh my God. I'm about to destroy this woman's whole post right here. So, particularly for women of color and low-income women. I stand steadfast with women across the nation, particularly in states like Utah, with extreme trigger laws in supporting and fighting for reproductive choice. Okay, well, you still have your choice to reproduce or not. You still have that choice. All you have to do is not open your legs or keep your penis in your pants. And then you won't reproduce. There you go. It's solved. Problem solved. But anyway, so let's go run through all the problems in this. I'm deeply saddened by the news from the Supreme Court. Okay, do you guys know that there was no news from the Supreme Court? There was a leak from the Supreme Court. So this is what I talked about in my comment here. But it was not news. This wasn't news. This isn't even something that the public is supposed to know about. Now, I can understand a media outlet or a content creator making a video talking about the leak. I can understand that. What I can't understand and what she should actually get some sort of repercussion for this because she is a public official. She is the mayor, right? So she should know that what the Supreme Court talks about and when they're drafting decisions and they're working on these things, it's supposed to be totally secret. The public's not supposed to know about it, okay? And the Supreme Court is not a political body. The Supreme Court it isn't supposed to be biased Democrat or Republican. Now they do try to keep a balance between the Republicans and the Democrats because they know that these people have different worldviews. We see the world totally different. One is satanic and one is, a more Christianity God based. Even if you don't believe in God and you're on the right, your your worldview as somebody on the right is that you're modeling your worldview after people who believe in God, right? So our morals and all these things, they come from God. And even if you don't believe in God, your views align with people. That's what that side is based off of. Whereas the left, the Democrats, it's all based on Satanism. It's all based on worship of self, and you know, they, which is weird because they have communism, which is group stuff. But it's like all ads, all ads are for apartments. Slum Gods, SMH. All ads are for apartments. All ads are for apartments. Not sure what you mean. But so anyway, the point I'm making is when she says I'm saddened by the news from the Supreme Court. There was no news from the Supreme Court. There was a leak. And you, as mayor, should not be talking about it. You shouldn't be bringing any attention to it. You should let the news cover it. Let things like that. But you shouldn't be picking a side in something that is above you. You're just a mayor. The Supreme Court is higher above you, and you are putting your 2 cents in as mayor to encourage the outrage, to encourage the people who are going to go. These people, oh my God, these idiots who are rioting in front of Supreme Court justices' houses, and they say they're with a group called Ruth Sent Us. Ruth Sent Us. Now, what they're referring to is Ruth Bader Ginsburg. If you want to see something fun real quick, let's Google this. Ruth Bader Ginsburg disagree with Roe v. Wade. Ruth Bader Ginsburg wasn't a fan of Roe v. Wade reasoning. So, and everybody already knows this if they're paying any attention, but this is from the Washington Post just 4 days ago. And if you read through this article, it explains how not even Ruth Bader Ginsburg agrees with Roe v. Wade. You freaking morons. So they represent their group is called Ruth Sent Us. Ruth wouldn't send you, you idiot. Ruth didn't agree with Roe v. Wade because it wasn't good law. It has nothing to do, and nobody's, oh my God. You're not going to lose your abortion rights. It's going to go to states' votes. And I promise you, every state, even though they say 26 states right now are going to make abortion outlawed, that might be true. But that's only going to last until the next vote. The next vote, I promise you, every state is going to allow abortions because there's so many wicked people. The wickedness is spread, and it's going to be voted for. Like 90% of women support abortion, which is totally retarded. It doesn't make any sense. It's absolutely insane to me. It blows my mind. These women with children will sit here and justify killing babies. It just doesn't make sense. But demilking, aha, yeah, you're going live. I watched the homeless Scribalo. Also, I like your tree cutting content and work. I'll tell you about God. You want to hear? Bozo, they got you. That's why you're sitting around. Why won't it let me read all this? Oh, and talking about them. I'm not trolling you. But if you're sitting around talking about the plans they implemented, then they already got you, bud. No, I'm ready to go to war with them. I'm fighting against them. They didn't get me. I'm talking about literal city council things that are coming up tomorrow that I'm not going to attend, but we will be leaving them a well-written letter. And yeah, the people who they got, I like small channels, go on that homeless Scribalo. What's a Scribalo? I don't know what that is. Scribalo. Is this the dean that's banned from Hake's show? I don't think this is the same dean. But anyway, we are doing something because not talking about it, not speaking up men specifically not speaking up about this sort of thing and just being little pushovers and letting the women take over government, letting the women take over the schools, letting the women take over the churches, and just destroy all of it. This is the problem. This is why our civilization is going to hell in a handbasket. It happens in every major civilization. The men get weak. They become sexual degenerates. They start allowing not not allowing. Yeah, they do start allowing it. They start not only allowing things, but encouraging them and pushing them on people, so that where it used to be the homeless scribalo. He's good, does content about self-probation. Oh, it's a channel? Oh, well, okay. Well, if I knew that, I wouldn't have been repeating his name over and over again. I ain't trying to plug somebody I don't know, bruh. That ain't how this works. But if you want to talk to me about it, though, you can jump on Discord and talk to me about this issue. Tell me how you feel. But um, anyway, so here's where do you live in Salt Lake City? But yeah, it's all communism. It comes down to Red Rock. Oh, wait, what is this? Oh, is this different? Different agenda. Planning Commission meeting information. Citizen access. We're gonna have to get into some of these. We're gonna have to go check them out. Row at ballpark plan development. I think these are other issues that are coming up. But yeah, this is all about removing single family housing and increasing how many people they can cram into a thing. This is not going to lower the cost of housing. The part where they were talking about job wages is basically them hinting at raising minimum wage in Utah, which is just dumb. If you think it doesn't make any sense, how's Discord work? You go to Discord, you download that piece, you make you a little account, and then you can jump up on calls with people. Because I don't use Zoom. I have Facebook. I can do like FaceTime and stuff, but Discord, I just like the layout better. But basically, you just go to Discord, you download it, you make you an account, and then you add me, and I drop my link in the chat. It's Dragon Ball Junkie. It's like Dragon Ball Junkie number 1537, I think. Could I ask you about faith? You just did. You just did, Dean. Nice. But yes, you can ask me more about faith. What do you want to know? YouTube, SLC meetings. What else we got here? So I'm definitely going to be checking out the SLC live meetings page more. Wait, that's the redevelopment agency of Salt Lake City Council formal meeting, oath of office ceremony, historic landmark. This is what I wanted to see. So that's our mayor.
At a position of never before
Yeah, that's our
seen
mayor.
demand for city services.
How's the sound, guys?
We've known for many years that Salt Lake City is experiencing unprecedented growth. While our population has steadily increased.
Oh, so she's just reading the dang brochure I just read to you
We
guys.
know our daytime population balloons.
Our
to
daytime
360,000
population.
60,000 individuals, an 80% increase during business hours.
Okay, but what's that have to do with
Recent data
housing?
From the Kem C. Gardner Policy Institute.
Yeah, what's your question,
shows that
Dean?
83%
About faith.
of people who have a job in Salt Lake City do
By
not
grace
live in
ye
our
are
city.
saved through faith. Faith is
That
the
takes a
evidence of
toll
things
on our
hoped for and the
roads,
proof of things not
increased
seen.
calls for service to our 911, police, and fire departments, and additional challenges to our environment. In my first State of the City address as mayor, we talked about the realities of being a city
God, she's
with
such a joke.
tremendous economic inertia.
She's so
How we
Marxist,
can
dude.
best capture that potential and the challenges we would face as a result of our
Oh,
city's
I didn't
growth.
even finish this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Okay. Would have devastating consequences nationwide, particularly for women of color and low-income women. Do you know what has a bigger impact on women of color and low-income women? Having an abortion clinic in every downtown urban area. Abortion clinics that were specifically started to get rid of women of color. Dun, dun, dun. So getting rid of abortion is not going to hurt women of color. What it's going to do is what's the word I'm looking for? The rate. What's the rate where you have more deaths to births? Your replacement rate, right? Is it replacement rate? You guys don't know. What am I talking about? Chris don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, the replacement rate, the reason that the African, why am I saying African American? I hate that term. Black people, the reason that black people are only 13% of the population still is because abortion clinics were specifically designed to kill black people. They were made. Margaret Sanger was a eugenicist who hated. They were all commies. They're all commies. They're all Marxists. They're eugenicists. They want to kill off the weak, and what they consider is weak or inferior to them is the black people. So that's why Margaret Sanger started abortion clinics, is to get rid of black people, and they put them in urban areas. And this is after, this is after the Model Cities program, where LBJ took the black father out of the house and destroyed the community and pretty much, put them in chains for 200 years. Those are his words, not my words. And basically, the abortion thing is just part of all that. It's part of all that. And I don't believe in racism, but I do believe in systemic racism, because we see examples of it, like when Margaret Sanger puts all the abortion clinics in the urban areas to get rid of black people. We see examples of systemic racism in affirmative action. We see examples of systemic racism when Joe Biden says that only a black woman is going to be considered for the Supreme Court space. That's systemic racism. That's the system being racist. But I don't believe in just racism. I don't believe anybody hates anybody because of the color of skin. They either hate them because of how they were raised, influence from their parents, or just observation of the world. If you get bit by a rattlesnake 5 times, you might be afraid of rattlesnakes. That doesn't make you speciesist. That doesn't make you discriminating against rattlesnakes. It just makes you have a little bit of common sense. So if God was actually factual, that's redundant. You could just say if God was factual. Why do we need faith in him? He's never been proven. Faith is only in something you do not know. I choose to not call him God. I choose to call him a higher power. Okay, well, you can choose to do whatever you want. But actually, you're not choosing to do anything, but I don't believe you have free choice. I think that you are influenced one way or the other, and calling him a higher power, that's fine. At least you see that you don't believe that he's God. It's better. I think it's better that you know that you don't believe in God, lowercase g, God. I think it's better that you know that you don't believe him than you go around acting like you believe in God, but you really don't know. You really don't know him. You know about him, but you don't know him. But as far as your question, why do we need faith in him? He's never been proven. He's been proven to me. Maybe he hasn't been proven to you, but he's proven to me every time I open my eyes, every time I look around at something. Do you think that what are the possibility? Okay, what's the possibility that you have a planet that sustains life? It's like 1 in a trillion. It's crazy. Okay, what's the possibility that on that planet, after that 2 people just came together, and even though they might have had sex, this is the same point that Alex Stein makes, and I don't really like that guy too much. He's kind of whack, but it is a good point that every time you have sex, there's like millions of sperms, and one of them has to make it to the egg. So your parents had sex how many times before the sperm that made you just happened to get into that egg? And then every single second of every single day is an impossible amount of totally random different events that couldn't possibly work together. But right now I'm talking to you. I'm looking into this camera and I'm talking to you, and you're asking me about God. What do you think? if that's not proof that there's God, then I don't know what's wrong with you. You think this is all just random? You think this is all just chance? I mean, you believe in a higher power, so you're not an atheist. So you don't believe that I just have a 3 pound meat brain that's fizzling and sparking with different chemical reactions, and we came from little slugs that turned into little fishies, and then those little fishies turned into frogs, and then those frogs turned into a turtle, and then the turtle turned into a cat, and then the cat turned into a monkey, and then the monkey turned into a person, and this is all natural selection. But for some reason, we still have slugs and frogs and fish and monkeys and cats and turtles. Like, I don't know. I have proof of God every time I open my eyes. So humans came up with the word God. I don't believe in God. I believe in something I yet not know how to understand. Okay. Okay. Well, why don't you just call it God? You're right, though. It is just a word, and I agree. I agree that words really aren't important. It's just a language. It's just titles we put on things. Um, but also, I think the words you use are important. So I need to call him God to separate me from you, because I know a lot of people that say they're spiritual, and then they go around and they're like, praying to crystals and talking about Yahweh and messianic Jews, which is an oxymoron, and just I am a Christian. I'm a son of God and a follower of Christ. So um, those words that I use are to separate me from people who just say they have a higher power. But I think that's good. I think you should believe in a higher power. It's better than an atheist, at least. At least you don't just believe in some total made up stuff that Darwin told us all on his deathbed that was fake. He has been human. He has been, but why do I have to call the thing God? Why can't I call it something that I can't understand? Well, I mean, I understand God completely. When people tell you that God's ways are mysterious, they're wrong. God's ways are very simple. God's ways are very basic and plain. So, I even though I can't possibly fathom God in my mind, I understand Him. It's it's hard to. It's kind of a paradox. You can't. I completely understand God, but I don't understand anything about God. Does that make sense? So, and it's a paradox to us as humans, but it's not a paradox to God. So, like the things that we can't comprehend, like if I say you don't have any free will, but you have to make the choice to seek God. That sounds like that doesn't make any sense to us. That doesn't make sense in our little human brains. It's a paradox. Those two things can't be those two things are mutually exclusive. You can't believe that you don't have free choice, but at the same time believe you have to make the choice to seek God, right? That can't make sense. But to God, it makes perfect sense. It's the paradox is not a paradox to God. I'm not spiritual. I am a being that is just here. No, not Bo. My bad. No, I just have questions like the rest of us have, and that's fine. Yeah, and I'm not like you know, it's just the way I talk. I'm not trying to like attack you or nothing. I think it's good that you have a higher power, and I think it's good that you recognize that you don't necessarily believe in God, but God is just the title that we as Christians give the higher power. So you could call him whatever you want. You can call him Purple Spaghetti Monster. It's good that you that can help you. That can help you. Now the problem is in my mind or in my I don't see and this is like your question about faith. I don't like to say I believe in something. Like I don't say I believe in God. I because because if you believe in something, it means you right like you said, you don't have proof of it, but you believe in it, right? But God, I don't have to believe in God because I know God. You see what I'm saying? So I don't like to say I believe in this or this is my opinion because it's not I don't believe in opinions. There's no such thing as an opinion because if your opinion is true, it's just the truth. And if your opinion is false, you're just wrong. So there's really no such thing as an opinion. I don't have a lot of people say, well, that's your opinion. No, that to me, at least in my worldview, the way I see things, that's the truth. And you're wrong. Not you specifically, but kind of, yeah, you like, so in my mind, there's only one right and there's one wrong. But I think you are on the right path, Dean. God made us in his image, so are we just so so is are we just a watch show to keep him focused? God made us in his image. So are we just a watch show to keep him focused? Yeah, we're like YouTube. We're like YouTube for God. We're like an ant farm. We're just like, he's just chilling up there watching the craziness unfold, just taking it all in. And God's just chilling, and he doesn't care if we find him or not. You know, that's up to us. Um, but then again, there's that paradox. It's really not up to us. Because someone was saying to me the other day, well, you have to choose whether you believe in God or not. And I said, no, you don't. You seek. If you're looking for answers and you're seeking, and God reveals himself to you, you have no choice but to follow him. You can't. Nobody has ever seen evidence of God and been like, oh, I'm just not going to follow him. No, it doesn't work that way. Once you see the evidence, you have no choice but to follow. And the people who are blind have no choice but to follow their daddy Satan. So that's just the way it is. And none of this is my belief or my opinion. This is all what I know to be true. So, name of the Father and something I can't yet understand until I die and speak. Name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. That's Catholic stuff. I'm not into all that mess. Catholics are, no offense to the Catholics, but let's see, they admit their sins to a man, which the Bible says not to do. They worship symbols and they have all their symbols and all their different things, which the Bible says have no engraven image. There, and this is like every church. Every church is going to have a big old crucifix with Jesus up on the wall, like the Bible says don't do that. So I can understand why a lot of people are kind of discontent with the church because the church 99% of the churches are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They literally go against everything that they're teaching to people. And then the Catholics, oh, they worship Jesus's mother, Mary. Dude, you want to guys hear a fun fact? Jesus didn't even call Mary his mother. Guess what Jesus called Mary his mother? Guess what he called her? He called her woman. He said, "Hey, woman, get in here and do the do the dishes." So, like, so a lot of these religions and stuff. That's why a lot of times, like, I don't consider myself a religious person. Um, I don't. I don't go to a church every week. I watch a church on YouTube every week. Jesse Lee Peterson's Bond Church. I watch that every week, and that's like church to me because I sit on Sunday, down at the lake, do some fishing, and listen to church, and that's church to me. But the Bible says church is wherever two or more are gathered in His name. So, like, really, just us talking about God right now, we're having church. So, um, but yeah, I definitely get why a lot of people are turned off to the whole, believing in God thing because of religion, because of church. But that's not Jesus's fault. That's man's fault. That's fallen men. Fallen men start these churches, and dude, I live in Utah, man. I know the Mormons. I know the Mormon religion like the back of my hand. I've read the Book of Mormon, and I know all about it. And it's very, very. It's like what's the word I'm looking for? Sub Subliminal. It's like subliminal gay messaging for real. And that's why Salt Lake City has one of the highest gay populations in the country because their religion literally teaches, well, it encourages the proclivity to polygamy, which all humans naturally have a proclivity towards polygamy, and it's our animalistic lower nature. We are naturally inclined to want to have sex with lots of multiple partners. But if you don't identify with your animalistic nature and you know God and you know that you are a conscious being and that you aren't just some animal, then you realize that we're supposed to have one partner, if any. If any, honestly, there's a reason Jesus and none of the disciples ever got married or had kids. It's because really sex is from Satan, and it's not. It's the reason it's so pleasurable is because it's wicked. It's not something that we're actually, you know, Christians or people who are born again of God will go out and do. Now, granted, if I get drunk and I'm hanging out with a hot chick and she starts coming on to me, I'm probably gonna, slip back into my lower nature and mess up. but but I try to avoid those situations as best as possible. Um, doesn't always work, but the whole point is when you die, you go to a place where it's even in your head. Why would I want to die and go somewhere where I have to listen to God and the devil argue? God and the devil aren't in the same place. So you wouldn't listen to God and the devil argue. They don't even live in the same house. It's like they don't even live in the same continent. They live in totally different places. So why would you hear God and the devil argue? And basically, it's not even. I don't know where we go when we die. I don't know what happens after we die. The whole point is you can have heaven here on earth, and that until you have heaven here on earth, you are living in hell here on earth. The earth is Satan's, the world is hell. God gave dominion of the earth over to Satan. And so every day, what we see going on with our mayor here, our communist Marxist mayor, encouraging, you know, all the debauchery and all the wickedness and everything evil, killing babies, having sex with everybody and their brother and their sister and their cat and their dog and their 2-year-old daughter, and, you know, child drag story time and new shows on Discovery Channel about drag queen kids and everything, everything wicked, Sodom and Gomorrah. Basically, what was I? I lost my train of thought. I lost my train of thought. Oh, hell on earth. So that's hell on earth. But as Christians, we're told to be in the world, but not of the world. So I'm I live in the world, but I am not of the world. I've been born again of the Father, of God, not born of the flesh. So we're all born of the flesh of the mother. That's our fallen state. Our parents impose their will on us. They turn us away from God. That is the fallen state. That's the curse of humans. That's what happens to every single person in all of history. And basically, we have to go and forgive and honor our parents in order to get to heaven. But that heaven, we can have that on earth. So, like, I've already died, right? I've already died. And now I already have heaven. I already have peace on earth. Now, I'm not saying I'm totally there yet. Um, I still get angry a little bit from time to time in certain situations, but I am being made perfect every day, and that's because of God. So one day I will have perfect heaven on earth while I'm alive. Well, yeah, like because until you're born again, you're dying. You're in hell. You're dying every single day. Your life is suffering and dying, and that is all your life is. And one day you're either going to figure it out that you don't want to be suffering in hell anymore, and you're going to go and forgive and you're going to overcome that, or you're going to drop your body before you do that, and now you're in hell for eternity because you never got out of hell while you were alive. Now, if I drop my body right now, I don't know where I'm going. but I have heaven on earth right now. I can look at all the wickedness and look at all the crazy people and just laugh and just laugh. I lost freaking $600 on Bitcoin today. And it's freaking funny to me. And I don't have a lot of money. I'm not a rich guy. But I see the whole system crumbling and I'm ready to go to war. I'm ready to go to war for God. I'm ready to pick up my sword and to fight. And you know, let Satan come. They're gonna build an army, and those armies can't hurt me. You can't hurt me. Nobody can hurt me. Like you may be able to physically hurt me, but so what? What you're gonna take my body from me? Oh no! Like I could die tomorrow. Do you think I'm gonna be upset that I died tomorrow? Like no, I'll be dead. So or my body will be dropped. I'm not gonna die. You know, you know. I already died. I'm not gonna die again. But you get it? Do you get it, D Milken? Am I losing you here? I'm trying to, but I wouldn't think about heaven and hell as some other plane of existence that you go after you die. I would think of heaven and hell as the world, or or so hell is the world. Hell is what 99% of people are living in. A lot of the people who go to the churches every week, they're still in hell. They're living in hell. That's the world. But heaven is when you ascend past that, when you realize that none of it matters. No, this is all physical. None of this physical stuff matters, that we are actually in a spiritual battle. And I lost my sperm on birth control. I lost my sperm on birth control. Well, first off, birth control is beta. So I used to be a big time whoremonger, and I think I've used 3 condoms in my life, and 2 of them broke. So stop doing that to yourself. Why would you do that? Either don't have sex uh or just take your chances, I guess. Become a professional raw dogger and go to work and suffer and die because it's not going to work out for you well. These chicks is crazy, bro. These chicks is crazy. Trust me, I know. I lost my sperm on birth control. I think I'm infertile. I think I got blessed with being infertile because I should probably have a bunch of kids. Actually, a lot of my kids probably got aborted by these crazy women. But yeah, D Milken. Um, so yeah, here's our crazy mayor. What else we got? I guess I'm just gonna write a quick letter real quick to these people. I don't want to. I'll do my address after I get off. Let's just click on Liberty Park. Okay. We we live at Liberty Park. It could be like this guy's homeless. Why is he mad about affordable housing? It is obvious that this mayor or that this rezoning will only further destroy Salt Lake City. Our Marxist mayor wants to reduce single family housing and cram residents into into dorm. Hold on, I can't just write that. I actually need to plan this out. It's obvious that this rezoning will only further destroy Salt Lake City. Our Marxist mayor wants to reduce single-family housing, cram residents into dorm-style apartments, and cram. Uh, hey, I'm on that homeless Scribalo channel. Watch some of his stuff. Not all may be liked by you, but he has some good content. Okay, well, okay, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not really a fan of plugging you cutting trees anytime soon? No, I have a tree out in front of the apartments that I'm supposed to cut, but I just don't have the equipment for it, or the assistance. I don't really have like a good groundman. My roommate just doesn't really have any experience in tree work like that. I need somebody to be on their toes. Cram residents into dorm style apartments resembling communist China. Did I spell resembling right? Is there an extra E? Is there three E's in resembling? I'm gonna have to Google that. See, I need to go there and talk to them because this letter, they're not gonna read this. Um, failed social programs and democratic socialist policies are the reason for the housing costs rising. I bet you can't wait for BlackRock and Vanguard to come buy all the single family homes and turn them into gulags. Turn them into I bet you can't wait for BlackRock and Vanguard to come buy all the single family homes and turn them into more high rise cesspools. Stop. I think I'll just leave it there. It's obvious that this rezoning will only further destroy Salt Lake City. Our Marxist mayor wants to reduce single family housing and cram residents into dorm style apartments resembling communist China. Your failed social programs and democratic socialist policies are the reason for the housing costs rising. I bet you can't wait for BlackRock and Vanguard to come buy all the single family homes and turn them into high rise cesspools, into more high rise cesspools. Wait, is high rise. How is that spelled wrong? Is it got a dash in it like that? Yeah, that looks right. Yeah, I think this will be fine. I don't think they're gonna read it. I don't think they're gonna read it. Great, your data was sent successfully. Thanks. I'll subscribe. Thank you. at least climb it, man. It's always fun climbing a tree. I love climbing. I just like climbing stuff. I wish I was younger. I would be into parkour and like rock climbing. I wish I would have got into rock climbing younger, but I've always been into climbing. Keep up the lives. Lives are awesome. That's the future content. That's the future of channel content. Lives. Keep up the lives. Lives are awesome. Oh, lives like this, like this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to, man. I'm gonna have to start working on it. Maybe this was just random. I just popped in and started doing this because I forgot about this letter that I had, and then I checked it because I was like, "Oh, I bet that's coming up soon." And sure enough, it's coming up tomorrow. This is something I'm trying to work on. I'm trying to make like a dreadlocked Dragon Ball character for like some channel art or something for my gaming channel. Check out Dean if you're into gaming. I don't know. Check out Dragon Ball Junkie, youtube.com/Dragon Ball Junkie, Twitch TV/Dragon Ball Junkie. I do Mario Maker and other games, and but mainly Dragon Ball stuff, Dragon Ball games, and the Dragon Ball Super card game. It's pretty cool. Um, yeah, that's some art I was working on, but yeah, like I was saying, this is just the city council thing is coming up tomorrow at 5:30, and so I'm going to be at work. Probably not going to make it to it, but I just wanted to talk about this so that hopefully, if local people check out my channel, they can go check this stuff out. So definitely, guys, it's slc.gov/planning/public meetings. You can go to slc.gov/planning affordable housing. Screenshot this and use this link right here, and you guys can go drop your comments to them. But yeah, they're Marxists. They're gonna destroy the city more and more every day, just like every other major Democrat woman ran city in the country. So, but yeah, I will definitely keep up with the lives. Eventually, it's gonna become a scheduled thing, so it'll be like weekly shows, like a weekly 3-hour show, and I'll have clips and I'll have different news things that I find interesting to talk about. No, I do not game. Sorry, I don't know about any video games. I'll be at work tomorrow. Might make a channel and join you just to climb trees. Nice. Yeah, do it. Do it. Tear it up. But so yeah, I mean, always drop in the chats. It's nice to have somebody to interact with, and your questions were awesome. Thank you for asking me some you know some faith related biblical questions. That's my favorite things to talk about would be theology and then politics and then some philosophy, things like that. The important questions in life. Not this whack stuff. Like, of course, this city council thing, I'm talking about this because it's political, but really it doesn't matter. Our wicked Marxist mayor is going to destroy the city one way or the other. It doesn't matter what I say. So I'm just talking about it because it's fun and it entertains me and I like talking about it. And yeah, but I'm always down to wax philosophically or theologically or politically. And yeah, so I think I'm going to head out, guys. I think I'm going to end the stream. But for everybody who stopped by and chatted, thank you. Thanks for catching this first episode. Say goodbye to our Marxist mayor.
But with growth comes options and opportunity. And as we thought about how to utilize this growth for the good of all our residents, we didn't just look inward for those answers. We looked out to our communities.
All right, I'll check it out. I'll check out his channel.
And we heard them loud and clear. In our annual residents'
But if he doesn't have a lot of subscribers, I'm not going to be able to find it by typing that in.
their
You might
feelings
have
that
to
there's
drop a
a high
link.
quality of life in Salt Lake
Dread
City.
out. Dread
And
out.
more than
Peace, dreaded
70%
conservative.
believe that we are headed in the right direction.
Yeah, shut up, Mayor.
Additionally, almost 80% of residents expressed an interest in a future investment in our infrastructure.
She's cute, though.
Despite
Like, she
the
could get
crisis
it.
of the past couple years, the highest priorities for our residents have remained quite constant. They want us to invest in affordable housing programs, expand opportunities to improve air and water quality, and increase investments in our parks and public lands.
And the air just gets worse and worse.
While the growth
Thanks,
here
Mayor.
is exciting in many ways, Salt Lake City is facing
Fun fact, Utah is in a desert climate, so we have like the third lowest amount of precipitation or rain or snow, water coming from the sky. But we have the fourth highest water consumption in the country. The only state that's similar that beats us would be Vegas, would be Nevada, and that's because of Vegas. Now Vegas can afford to do this because Vegas has a huge tourist income. So basically all the water that Vegas uses is in water features in Vegas. So like the canal that you can ride the thingy through, the Bellagio or whatever, and all the fountains shooting off water and all the water things in the hotels, that boosts them up to like the third highest consumer of water in the country, and they're in a desert climate, so they have to use more they're using more water to make that happen. But they can do it because of the tourism industry. Well, Salt Lake City has almost the same like water consumption as Vegas and similar climate, being desert climate. But Salt Lake City doesn't have a tourism industry like that. So you'd say, well, why are they using all the water? The reason they're using all the water is because the Mormons like grass. So we have imported Kentucky bluegrass from all over the country, shipped here to go in everybody's front yard, and now everybody has grass in their front yard. And this is normal to them when they see grass everywhere. But that's because they've lived here forever. Anybody with any common sense that's been outside of Utah knows that in New Mexico, in Arizona, in Nevada, and all the rest of Utah, there's no grass. Okay, everything is aeroscaped. Everything is rocks. Everything is perennials, or is that the word I'm looking for the plants that don't die every year? Everything is that stuff, succulents, things like that. And there's no water usage because they're in the desert. Well, Utah likes grass, so so everybody's got to have a green lawn. Therefore, the water usage is astronomical. And when we have 2 years of drought like we've had for the past 2 years, there has to be water restrictions. So people can't water their yards. People can't. Eventually, it gets to the point where they limit shower time and things like that. And this is all because everybody has to have grass. So we were doing a landscaping job, and the easement between the sidewalk and the road of this house, we took out all the grass and we put rocks in there and we aeroscaped it. Well, the city person, a city worker, came and stopped us while we're working and said, hey, you guys realize that on the easement area, you have to have at least 30% grass. You can't have it all be rocks. You have to have 30% of coverage, either by plants or grass. And eventually the plants would fill in, but the plants we had put in there were all small little baby plants, right? So it was like 90% rocks. So they were like, this is a problem. They're going to make you rip it out before the winter ends. And we're like, whatever. And we just did it anyway. Well, it turns out winter ends and we had another drought. And now our wonderful mayor here decided to grow a brain, and now they're rewarding people financially for ripping up their grass and putting aeroscape in, which is exactly what I said to the city council, or to the city worker. And then I said it on her Facebook. I was like, hey, dummy, you realize we're in a drought. Why would you punish people for having desert climate landscaping in the freaking desert, you moron? Why would you find somebody or get somebody in trouble for having rocks instead of grass in a desert? And then 4 months later, she comes out and says, "Oh, now you're going to get rewarded for taking your grass out and putting rocks. It's so stupid. These people are morons. You should have planted rocks, man. Yeah. Well, she didn't. They didn't know what was going on, and this is something I've been saying since I moved here, like 8 years ago. I've known about this for like 8 years because it's a, you're like, why? How come I just went? Because I did door to door sales. I just went through Arizona, nothing but rocks, rocks everywhere, rocks and sand. And then I went through Nevada, rocks and sand. Then I went through New Mexico, El Paso, rocks and sand. Then we get to Utah, and it feels the same. The air feels the same, but everybody's got grass, and it's not like the Midwest grass. It's not like the grass they got in Montana. It's not like the grass in California. It's not like the grass in Missouri or St. Louis. It's not like Midwest grass. It's freaking Kentucky bluegrass. It's the southeast grass in Utah. It's so stupid, and they literally ship it in and put it in everybody's yard. And this world is so stupid. You said what I just said. All right, but I'm gonna go for real now. Okay, that's enough. That's enough about this. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks, Dean. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, everybody who stopped by the chat. Lord Colin B in the chat. Everybody, thanks, guys. I'm out. Episode 1 in the books. We'll be back with episode 2. Either once I pick a day to do this on weekly or when the next important news thing comes up. So I'll catch you guys later. See ya.